Hello, good morning students. Welcome back to the second session of this subject Indian economy. Hope you remember that we have discussed about economic development and economic growth in the previous session. Today we are going to discuss about the determinants of economic development. Now the process of economic growth and economic development is determined by two sets of factors, that is economic development and economic factors and non-economic factors. Now economic factors, usually economists they have categorized it as human resources, natural resources, physical capital and technology. And non-economic factors, under that we have social, cultural, political and climatic factors. Now, in this session, we are going to discuss each of these factors in detail. First, let's discuss about economic factors. Now, the economic factors, under that first we have natural resources. The main factor influencing economic development is the natural resources available in the country, particularly land. Now, existence of natural resources alone cannot initiate economic development unless the resources are properly harnessed, that is properly utilized. Now, in the event of utilizing the available resources, it can be developed quickly and largely than the country unutilized or underutilized. Next, second one is transport and communications. The means of transport and communications initiate economic development. More facilities of transport would reduce the cost of transport and thereby it will increase both external and internal trade of the country. Moreover, it helps in breaking economic isolations and encourage educational development. Instance, now you and I cannot come to college if there is no transport. So it is just breaking the economic isolations. We have to stay where we are. Fine. Next, third one, the rate of capital formation. Capital formation is the crux of the problem of economic development, and no economy can grow without having produced means of production. So the level of production and material well-being of the community, it depends largely on the stock of capital. The core problem in underdeveloped countries like our country, India, it is a lack of capital for investment and lack of capital formation. And fourth one, capital output ratio. So it is another important determinant. The term capital output ratio, it refers to the requirement of capital for a definite output in units. Now, what is the problem in our country? That is, like in underdeveloped countries, the capital output ratio is higher. That is, more capital is required for producing lesser output. And apart from that, there is more wastage in the process of production, and we adopt low level of technology and inefficiency of factors and inadequate infrastructure, etc. Next, fifth one is technological progress. Technological changes, these are all related to production, processing, then marketing and distribution. Now, when we changes in technology lead to production, processing, marketing and distribution, definitely it is going to increase productivity of labor, capital and all other factors of production. When you take, for instance, if you take Japan, Japan stands a typical example to prove the vast economic development we could be achieved only through improved technology. Fine. Hope you are clear with economic factors. So now let's move to non-economic factors. Non-economic factors, they are more powerful than economic factors in influencing the extent of economic development and growth. Non-economic factors may be social, cultural, political and climatic. First, let's discuss social factors. Social and cultural factors have been responsible for economic development and growth. Western culture and education had led to the spirit of physical adventure and discoveries, which was responsible for industrial revolution in European countries in the 18th and 19th centuries. So I think you would have studied this in history. So in underdeveloped countries, the activities of the people will be purely based on tradition and religion and customs. So in such countries, the family would be primarily economic and social unit, and relationship would be personal and patriotical, and the decision would be always influenced by caste, clan, creed and religion at the social level. Next, second one is human factors. Rate of growth of population has an important factor in modern economic growth. Mere growth in the size of the population would not lead to economic development. It depends on the efficiency of the people. For example, if you take the population of Europe has increased more than fourfold within a period of 2 centuries. As a result of it, their gross national product, that is the GNP per capita, has increased to tenfold. Now, this is attributed to human factor, which is called as human capital formation. So, we are talking about the human population which is productive in nature, not the idle population. Okay, next, third one is political factors. Now, political and administrative factors also help in modern economic growth. Now, like we have enlightened electorates, educated politicians, morally straightforward administrators. These would ensure greater economic development and growth, which we are lacking. We don't have all these characters, right? We have weak political structure, instability, corrupt politicians, officials, inefficient administration. These are all hindrance to economic development. So Arthur Lewis has rightly pointed that no country has made progress without positive stimulus from intelligent government. Students, we are lacking that. Next, we move to the last one, climatic factors. Among the non-economic factors, climatic conditions, it stands foremost in determining economic development. So if we make a study of the geographical and climatic conditions of the countries of the world in relation to development, we may find that most of the countries in the north and south temperate zones of the world had succeeded in becoming rich. The climatic conditions have played a very dominant role in determining the growth of these countries. So climatic conditions not only affect human beings but also agriculture, soil, food supply, etc. So the tropical food, because of the composition of the soil, it is short of proteins, which is retarding the growth of the country. Okay, fine. We'll meet very soon in the next session. Thank you.